Calling a prison inescapable is like calling the Titanic unsinkable. Albeit we're talking about criminal masterminds, instead of Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet here. Time and time again, inmates have proven that not even a maximum security prison on a remote island can hold them back from freedom. From Houdini acts to an escape so notorious that it became forever immortalized in a Clint Eastwood movie. Let's get started. Welcome to The Original. Today we're bringing you the top 5 crazy prison escapes. 5. Choi Gap Bock's Houdini Act. Not all prison breaks involve blazing guns, alarms, and violence. Why threaten your way out when you could just fit through the bars? Choi Gap Bock had been practicing yoga for over 23 years when he was put away for suspicion of robbery. It took him 5 days to plan his quiet escape. When the guards were sleeping, he applied ointment to his skin before he gracefully contorted his body out of shape to fit through the tiny slot in the door meant to slip food to prisoners. It should be noted that Choi Gap Bock was 49 years old and that the slot was 5.9 inches tall and 17.7 inches wide. The yoga master only took 34 seconds before he stood up, his cell behind him. This is where his escape gets a lot more dramatic. Barefoot, Choi runs to a residential home near the police station, where he steals a credit card and car keys. He ditches the car later on and disappears into nearby Mount Nam. Over the span of 2 days, and only during the night, he moves through the mountain range, climbing Mount Nam and Mount Huoc. After 6 days, he was arrested after being spotted riding a bus from Merchiang to the city of Changwon in South Gyeongsang. 4. Jose Espinoza and Otis Blunt's bold escape. Meet convicted killers Jose Espinoza and Otis Blunt. To make their way to freedom, they used several tools: a thick gauge wire, a footlocker, and posters of girls in bikinis. Espinoza was the one tasked with carving their way out. Blunt also made a tunnel of his own, leading to Espinoza's cell. Whenever they scraped away the mortar from the cinder blocks, they hid the chunks on their footlockers. Before they left for good, they gave themselves a head start by leaving decoy dummies in their stead on the beds. And they gave themselves a laugh by leaving a taunting note for the guards, graciously thanking them for providing them with all the tools they needed. The last thing they did was cover the tunnels once more with the bikini girls' posters. 3. Joaquin Guzman Loera's luxurious escape. A former leader of Mexico's dangerous Sinaloa cartel is credited with one of the most famous prison breaks of all time. But what do you expect from a man who has an entire drug cartel and millions of dollars at his disposal? Joaquin Guzman Loera, also known as El Chapo, managed to escape prison, not once but twice. The first time occurred in 2001. Loera bribed the guards to help him and made his escape via hiding in a laundry cart. After 13 years in hiding, he was caught once again. The prison could only hold him down 17 months before he made another movie-worthy escape. This time he had some outside help. He escaped through a mile-long tunnel that was situated under the showers of the prison. This tunnel had proper lighting, ventilation, and even a motorcycle on tracks. In 2016, Loera was arrested again. Wonder if we would hear about another prison escape anytime soon. 2. Frank Abagnale Jr. conned his way out. Remember that Leonardo DiCaprio movie where he played a genius con artist alongside Tom Hanks? It's based on the real-life story of Frank Abagnale Jr., whose life may be more interesting than the movie. Frank Abagnale Jr.'s prison break was out of a French jail in 1971. By this point, he'd had a lifetime of conning people into believing and doing what he wanted. Coincidentally, he was during a time when prisons were being inspected for civil rights issues, and the U.S. Marshal had forgotten his detention commitment papers. Abagnale seized the opportunity and pretended to be an undercover inspector. This scheme was several weeks in the making. He even had an accomplice on the outside aid him, acting as someone he reported to. Abagnale went as far as making fake business cards. On one day, he simply walked out of the prison. 1. Escape from Alcatraz. And one of the most famous and daring prison escapes in history is bolder than you can ever imagine. Prior to its shutting down, Alcatraz prison was one of the most terrifying places in the world. Located on an island, surrounded by icy waters, and monitored by maximum security level guards, Alcatraz earned a reputation for being an inescapable and indestructible prison. At least until 3 prisoners broke out. On the 11th of June 1962, brothers John and Clarence Anglin and fellow inmate Alan West made their grand break for freedom. While the genius behind the plan was Alan West, all 3 prisoners had their roles. They spent 2 years digging an escape route through their cell's concrete walls. On the promised day, they put dummies they personalized using hair from the prison's barbershop in their places on their beds. They then went through the route before jumping into a makeshift boat they made from 50 stolen raincoats before disappearing into the night. They were never seen or heard from again, save for a suspicious photo years later, but it was never confirmed whether or not it was them. Some people still claim they drowned in the treacherous waters around Alcatraz. And that's a wrap for the top 5 crazy prison escapes. What did you think of these daring incidents? Which one was the most impressive? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for awesome content like this. Lastly, turn on notifications so that you can be notified whenever we upload new videos. Thanks for watching!